Ready? Are you ready for magic? Yes, I am. Oh yeah. Open those packs off the camera. Yeah, yeah. Smashed it. These intros are getting better and better, I have to say. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to ignore them. No, I'm joking. Try my best to improve my content, obviously. Right, so Knight Squad Commando enters the battlefield. If you attacked this turn, create a 1/1 white human creature token. The aim of Magic Monday is to go through a pack and pick the best one. This is not going to be that card. Throw that to one side. All right, so Greatest Sandworm. This is a very good common. It's the highest power, higher power and toughness common in the entire set. And then if you can't cast it for its 7 mana, then you can cycle it and get a better card for your early game strategies. I think it's our best card so far. Starting development is quite nice. You can boost up one of your own creatures to potentially trade with one of your opponent's creatures, or make one of your opponent's creatures smaller. Say it's a Great Worm and you're going to die if you take 7 life. You can reduce that damage by 3. Yeah, it's not too bad. Cycling for 1, and you can get rid of it if it's not applicable. So it's not too bad, but I think our Sandworm is a little bit better. Cathartic Reunion. This is a reprint. I don't know why I did that. Just I was a little bit tempted by the next card. Cathartic Reunion. Reunion. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. It's quite a few cards to discard, but it's quite a few cards to pick up. If you can benefit from this, i.e. putting instant sorceries in your graveyard or a little bit of self-mill in red colours, then it could be decent. Fuels Ominous Seas and works super well with Rael, but that's a mythic, so you probably won't be pulling that anyway. Some good filtering if you need to draw into some answers. Maybe. So the card that I was so eager to see is it's okay. 3 damage to any target for the grand total of 5 mana is a little bit too expensive, but it can kill creatures unsuspectingly if you've got enough mana to burn. This one's okay. It can deal quite a lot of damage. Oh, I can see it in artwork. Oh, tons of artwork. It does build the damage if you are in that the humans themed strategy. Otherwise, a 3/2 for 2 is not the best rate. But I do like the look of this card. Ooh, lots of fancy artworks in the set, and this is one of my favorite. It just looks so cool. It's actually a Dreamtail Heron, and when this creature mutates, draw a card. At the very least, you're going to have a 3/4 flyer for 5, but if you mutate onto it, that's an even better rate. So I think it's going to be our best card so far. Up next, we have Boot Nipper. You are almost every single time going to put a Death Touch counter on it, and it's going to trade up and you're going to feel good about it. But it can also gain you a little bit of life if you need to gain a little bit of life. Enough said. It's not going to be better than the Dreamtail Heron, but it is quite a nice filler in your decks. Convolutes. Counters aren't the best things to be playing in Limited, and especially counter spells that give you your opponent's chances to nullify the counter effect, making it a dead card, you doing nothing, is even worse. So it can be good in some situations, but like the flavor text, no thank you. Next up, we have Call of the Death Dweller. This is quite a nice card, actually. Return, that's 2 target creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a Death Touch counter on either of them, then put a Menace counter on either of them. So if you have lots of little Gribblies, you can get back 2 of them it's total, isn't it? So you could have a 1 CMC and a 2 CMC, or you could have just a 3 CMC just by itself, and then you can put a Death Touch and Menace counter on it to boot. So yeah, lots of utility with this. The Death Touch counter puts up a little warning sign to your opponents, and the Menace counter allows your biggest creatures to hit in for some damage. So could get you out of a tricky situation or help you win more. Definitely like the look of this card. Next up, we have Ivy Elemental. It's going to be below rate each time you cast it, because you're going to be paying each time. So for example, a 1/1 for 2 mana, or a 2/2 for 3 mana, or a 3/3 for 4 mana, etc, etc. And it's just going to be below rate. Yes, it scales well. Yes, you're not going to feel so bad if you manage to get it out as an 8/8 late game, but most of the creatures on curve are going to be better than this. Next up, we have Titanoff Rex. Whenever you cycle it, you can put a trample counter on target creature, and if you can hard cast it, I know that was a high pitch, but it is possible in Dreamland for a 9 mana 11/11 trample. Huge creature. Usually there's lots of downside to creatures this big, but early game you can even make one of your other creatures trample. So yeah, I quite like this card. Oh, and yeah, we've pulled, nice, foil neutralize as well. But the all-star here is Luros of the Dream Den. This is making waves in multiple formats currently, and it's pretty obvious why it is. Even if you don't use it as your companion, being able to cast a permanent spell of converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard each turn, it's like a mini Muldrotha, and that is a fantastic card. This is going to get you so much advantage, card advantage, lifelink to boot. This is a very powerful card. I think just for the reputation that it's building for itself, it has to be our first pick. But we do have quite a nice foil neutralize as well. So there it is. Our best card of the pack is going to be Luros of the Dream Den. That'll push you towards a graveyard strategy and getting so much value you don't know what to do with yourself. Hopefully see you again next time on Homebrew MTG and for Magic Mondays. Like, subscribe, collect the orange key this time, why not? Defeat the dragon. Yeah, see you on the next episode. Cheers.